Okay, so hold on. I'm getting things set up here. There we go. Hey guys, Trumpet here, and I welcome you to Let's React to Danganrebirth Voices. So, in the past several months, I've been becoming a big fan of the Danganronpa community, and now there's this big fan-made a thing where, yeah, and I'm just going to react to it. So yeah, I am going to be saying spoilers for all the games, but please do not spoil this in particular in the chat. So yeah, I'm at the playlist for Meet the Ultimates, in which it displays the Ultimates. I already know what a few of their talents are, but hey, what can you do? Anyway, it's been a while, so let's get going. Gotta post at least one video. Hold on, um, oops, the giant subtitles, and they're in what language is that? Polish. This is an unofficial Danganronpa fan series presented exclusively in video form. We do not have any association with the official Danganronpa franchise. This series is an AU approved by the author of Danganronpa Rebirth, with an entirely new story, including murders. Only the cast of characters remain the same between this and the canon version. You can find more the original creator of Danganronpa Rebirth on Twitter at Miwasiba S. Okay, so this was based on another thing. I'm sorry, that's kind of a silly sound effect. Oh, womp. Oh dear, welcome to. Oh, whoops, I think. Hold on, I'll just readjust my face cam so it's in a more appropriate place. There we go. So yeah, I've seen a few of the designs, I've seen a few of what the ultimate talents are, and I'm sorry, these sound effects are kind of... Oh, hey, you got a mole, you sound like... Okay, so the Panicked Every Girl and Mr. Um, you look really interesting. You got that eye thing, that you got that hair over your eye thing, and you've got what appears to be a lab coat. I know what these two's ultimates are, but yeah. So, yep, so, got it, so. Sorry, yeah. Bit awkward. It's been a while since I've been on camera and such. Yep, I'm presuming you mean bad luck. And I'm sorry, but that bit of voice acting didn't sound quite right. Like they were missing maybe a few syllables. And that guy's voice sounds very familiar. Um, I don't know where though, it just does to me. So yeah, unlucky student in regards to... Wonder how this bad luck works then. And yeah, I think it would be strange indeed. Yeah, well, I'm probably going to be alternating between first and last names because, yep, well, of course you remember something, but hey, there's got to be a starting place and an ending place. So yeah, this is an AU of an AU. So, yep, this Mr. Polite guy, he's probably going to, I'll be shocked if he survives, but hey, either way. But yeah, every Danganronpa game, everyone has some sort of amnesia in some way, shape, or form, where they remember some things but not others. And yep, around 15 total, so there are 16 again, I believe. And yeah, I'm curious about how this bad luck uh, works, even. So, yep. So, I mean, like, I see. So, your father's a famous politician. Who is it? Ron Paul? And, oh, wait, no, it was lost by a single vote. That sounds pretty unlucky. What, did you also get struck by lightning 8 times? I mean, or do you just have some sort of imagine breaker type bad luck? Sorry, references nobody gets. And, well, I suppose somebody's got to get it, but never mind. Anyway, what's the point in worrying indeed? Is it? Yep, pretty good outlook to have, and I'm. Gosh dang, why does my Mac have viruses on it? My mother told me Macs don't get viruses. So yeah, what did you publish? Some like Sherlock Holmes type shtick? Let's see. Secret mystery case, mystery sign, clue, quest. I said mystery twice, and secret again, and tale, and how many books would that is that 9? Um, I'm pretty sure it takes several months to write a book. Apparently, the dogs are acting up. Sorry about this, guys. So yeah, our class. Uh, um, excuse me, Frosty. Would you kindly shut your face? The Frenchman. Um. Uh. And yeah, it's interesting to have another sort of novelist type character. Although, yeah. Uh, anyway, yep. I mean, both pub started off their literary career at an improbable age, and bestseller was, well. So this is like somewhat of reverse foil Toko or something. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something creative, and I'm good at it if I weren't a bit camera shy, but hey. Yeah, I could understand trying to interact with community as much as you could, but yeah. I suppose it's a blessing in disguise. I don't have much fans to work with. So I can perfectly understand this guy, in a way. But hey, he seems nice enough. Probably means he's going to die pretty quickly. But hey, never mind. So, yeah, that was the end of the first video, and guys, I'll just have a quick question here. What do you think is the optimal amount of not subscribers, survivors in a Danganronpa game? I'd like to say that the optimal amount of survivors would be 5. Like Danganronpa 2. Because any less than that, then and I'd probably have any less than that, and I'd probably get sort of apathetic towards the characters, and any more than that, and there'd probably be 1 or 2 that I just don't like that much and haven't been that developed. But hey, opinions and such. Oh, and by the way, the Polish subtitles are gone. So you know what? Let's just... They aren't even on this video. Okay, got it. First video has Polish subtitles, because apparently, what is with your neck? How many scarves do you have? What are you, the ultimate long neck or something? I mean, seriously, look at you. Your neck is gigantic. You have like 5 scarves around it. What are you? I'm sorry, but it's just really distracting, Mr. Akira, that you have so many scarves. What, do you have the... I'm sorry, but... Yup. This guy, I can tell, is... You know what? Long neck here is probably going to survive, just because... as it's always the jackass that ends up surviving. Although, in the second and third game, said jackass ended up getting character development. So, yeah. And Mr. Ultimate Mystery list over here, I've gotta say, I like that coat. And... Wait, what? Hold on. Are you sure you're... I'm sorry, but that's probably the most ridiculous talent I've ever heard. How... What, have you never left your house or something? Yeah! Ayumu, you understand me. Not in education, employment, or training. What, have you never left your house when you were born? Were you just born in your room and never left it until today? And... Yep, so Clickster's Meme Street. Hold on, Meme Street. I'm sorry. Clubbing. I'm sorry. Yep, so reminds me, I got a Reddit account, and there I posted a really unfitting mix of music, where I mixed a certain theme in Redhead Dying with... And no, it's not the one you think it is. And I mixed it with the Seinfeld theme. And... yeah. You know what? But this, but long neck Akira is in. I think this guy is kind of, yeah, ultimate social media personality would be more fitting. And what year is it this takes place in? How did you end up kickstarting Reddit and stuff? And okay, you like that title better, huh? Yeah, I mean, we have to seek a way out. But that ain't gonna happening in a Danganronpa game. And if it did, it would be a Christmas miracle. Well, every game's gotta have 6 chapters, a prologue, and possibly some other bonus stuff. And yeah, I'm sorry, I almost misread that as I ate a computer all day. And yeah, I mean this guy's pretty much me in some sense, but in other senses, my antithesis. Kind of like a foil, wouldn't you say? Yeah, you compare and contrast, why don't you? And yeah, and you know what? I'm just going to guess Longneck here is. You know what? I'm just going to make a wild guess here and say that Longneck is the mastermind. That's probably going to be false, but hey, I'm guessing he's going to follow some sort of trend, so yeah, you know what? What if we were the mastermind? Or or what if our past self was the mastermind and we've just had or and this, we've just been sent into the future and or without our memories of being the mastermind. Either that or like or we transferred our unconscious 50 years into the past and yeah, there's probably something deep inside him. Something that's probably hidden behind free time events. Or dang it, Frosty! Anyway, this next one, who is a double whammy with similar names. Aruma sounds similar to Mew's last name, and Todoroki, which sounds similar to that Frozone fella. And you know what? She does kind of look like a UA student now that I think about it. I mean, she looks kind of like the one that looks kind of like Kale, but I thought she looked more like Mai Shiranui. But yeah, she does look like Kale. And I mean, I'm sorry, something about oh dear, I have a feeling I I'm I'm kind of disturbed. So what exactly are you? The ultimate barber? The ultimate track team member? I'm sorry. I can't tell with that outfit and that animal trait. What is your accent? It's like somewhat Russian and animal trainer sounds similar to breeder. So, yeah, are these going to be like similar yet different at character traits? It's where all of the characters so far have similar traits to previous characters, like similar talents and such, but differing personalities. Well, except for Ayumu. But what is this creepy bisexual that is sitting in front of a computer screen and watching this video. I'm guessing you're also a furry too. And that's probably... You know what? I mentioned that Aruma sounds kind of like Iruma, and they kind of act similar too. Oh dear, Homo sapiens. Well, oh dear. It's, oh dear. Now that whips out, oh god. Oh god, I'm getting Francisca flashbacks. Oh dear. Um, well, I mean, oh dear. Um, does this mean you're not only a crazed bisexual, but also a furry and a dominatrix? I'm sorry, but that's just too crazy. I mean, even for this crazed bisexual right here, and for the first time I'm actually being open about it. Speaking of which, there's something that turns me off of characters with... You seem to be French, but really sounds more Russian to me. Or maybe German. But hey, French is a close third. Cirque de Brittany. That's... You know what? That would... I mean... You know what? You know what? I'm sure if you had your title swapped around with Gundam, nobody would notice, because Ultimate Breeder is certainly more fitting here. Oh. Yep. Also, I just noticed how long that hair is. And, I mean, uh, um, this anomaly of a bisexual furry dominatrix. Yeah. Definitely strange. Oh. And I also have a pretty, I don't even know. Yeah, maybe there's an observer who... And maybe the observer is the mastermind. Or maybe Frozone's the mastermind. Oh, 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 god. You know what, I think we've discovered the mastermind, and it's probably... oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Please never talk again. You know what? I have a feeling that what do you... Are you just going to... Yep, get out before she puts your ass straight into your face. Yeah. Complete creeper in every sense of the word. Actually, that's not referring to me. That's referring to my nephew, Brad. Just kidding, I don't have a nephew. Oh, and by the way, if you spoil anything for me, I will go to your house and I will find you, and in the middle of the night, I will honk my car horn outside your house. Also, I don't speak Rune Latin, so um I need a translator, please. Are you like the ultimate psychic, ultimate translator, ultimate meditator? Um yeah, they sound kind of Latin in a sense. And oh geez. And oh dear. The ultimate sorcerer. Um okay, let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm done. Um you're what, the ultimate spirit medium, I'm assuming? I mean that emblem on your chest. That would mean probably. And oh, and yeah, definitely. You know what? That's oh, I got it right. I was going to say that it sounds about right, but yeah, and yeah, probably. I was about to say something, but borderline something or other. But oh yeah, borderline Chunibyo. By the way, I'm not the best at Japanese or any other language besides Spanish and a bit of German. But that's only a natural because I myself am German. And yep, I, why is everyone here so scary? Miss Kasumi, I'm pretty sure hexes, curses, and spirit medium type stuff are completely different things. But hey, maybe in the world of Rebirth, it's different. So, oh god. This is the kind of person who would possess someone and then eat their siblings. That's all sorts of screwed up. I apologize. So, yeah, that. Oh, yeah, we we skipped over the introductions and yep. Meanwhile, I am incredibly scared of you. I mean, um, yeah, it's having someone else's spirit inside of you. What does it change the shape of your body and somewhat? And is that why you have really dark strands of hair? And okay, so yep. I'm pretty sure that's half Spanish, half of about one third or Latin, and about 1/6 Japanese. Um, now, um, okay, now I have to suspect almost everyone of being the mastermind. Now I'm going to um, I'm going to, I'm pretty much suspecting everyone except for the bisexual furry dominatrix. Oh God, what did you do? Oh, oh, oh dear, did you? Oh dear. You know what? For laughing this hard, um, the next time you, the next time, I'm going to try not to laugh at you because if I do, you'll probably give me something along the lines of a Hank Hill ass. In other words, non existent. You know what? Ultimate spirit medium. Probably able to erase me from existence, and this one is hard to pronounce. And my goodness, you are manly. And you know what? He kind of looks like Sun Wukong from Ruby. Actually, I point out where the reference is from this time. And I have no idea what you could be because all the possibilities have kind of been worn out. The best I can guess is Ultimate Masseuse, which is pretty sad. And yeah, this guy has anger issues and also a lot of muscle. But he seems to be turning red hot every time. Oh my, oh my God. He's, I think, I think he wants all of us too. Yeah, but that voice sounds like, okay, your muscles aren't as big as I originally thought they were. They don't go all the way to the middle, as all muscles should. Oh, excuse me, my shirt's showing a bit and showing my midriff a bit. Sorry about that. And yeah, but dang, how many more athletic based, strength based type characters are there? But he is, um, anyway. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to like this guy, and I have no idea who, why. Maybe it's because this kind of character is the type that I'd feel would get character development of some sort, and you know what? It looks like he's blushing at everything. You know what? Why is his face turning so red? Is he just incredibly paranoid? You know what? I feel like that's just his thing, is that everything is just. Oh dear, he's probably that one practitioner of Sturgeon's Law, and he just. I'm sorry, I'm mostly focusing on his muscles and his forehead, which seems to keep changing colors. I mean, it's gone to red, purple, straight up black. Oh boy. You know what? You know, that's a good question. Where are the mats? Where is the gear? Um, yeah, but they'd probably have that kind of stuff in a gym, you know? Like in a back closet. And yeah, it's a good point. This might not be a school at all. It might be a fun house, it might be a TV set, it might be a virtual reality, but those have all been used before. So it might be on the moon. You know what? That would be the real plot twist here. That this all takes place on the moon. And we've all gone back into the past and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh gosh, dang it. Frosty! Where in the world is Frosty Sandiego? Yeah. First of all, Carmen Sandiego isn't real. Um, assuming this guy is the incredibly gullible yet incredibly paranoid, which is kind of neat, and yeah. I believe he's showing a bit of. He's showing somewhat of a softer side to him. Softer in enormous friggin' quotes. Oh dear. Well, you know what? The real plot twist is that the mastermind was Carmen Sandiego. Yup. He just watches TV and believes that everything that's on TV is real. And yeah, reminds me of that catchphrase incident the in which the puzzle hadn't completely revealed itself, so the parts of the picture that had been revealed just looked like the mascot was jacking off. And yes, I was raised in interesting situations. And you know, you're it's friggin' broccoli. Is that hair or is it a hat? What what are you? Ultimate composer or ultimate ultimate DJ? That's probably what he is. You know what? That's my last guess. You know what? This guy is all hip and he's probably going to die in like the second or third chapter. And I'm kind of sad because he is really. I guessed right again! And that sounds rather weird for a DJ voice, and yep, that is an afro and a hat. It's a wig! Also, wearing glasses on top of your wig is rather unorthodox. And they kind of look connected to your earphones. And I didn't know they made DJ outfits that fit that size. Well, I'm guessing that they're custom made, considering some characters in this series um have pretty unique clothing, shall I say. Um, yeah, I mean, There is the possibility one of us is a mastermind, but wait, there. Oh wait, there's only 15 of us. I'm sorry, I thought that. So yeah, you know what? The 16th student is the mastermind. Is my next guess, but that would be too obvious. But yeah, surprisingly serious little hipster. I like this dude. I mean, he kind of reminds me, once again, how many times have I referenced My Hero Academia now? But he reminds me of the little guy, who I used to forget his name a lot, so I kept calling him Steven, and now that I remember his name, I still keep calling him Steven. And I have no idea why I call him Steven. It's just a thing. Maybe it's because his hair reminds me of Steven Universe, which is a show that I do not watch. But Tyler, if you're there, I'm not reading the chat, and sorry, and you know more about that stuff than I do. Yeah, that's really getting a bit tired. But yeah, nice afro, man. I don't even care that it's a wig. Um, I mean, I've wanted to grow an afro, but it's just hard to take care of. But yeah, that's a surprisingly dissonant voice for a DJ. I expect him to be more like like kind of like what I expect him to sound like friggin' dub King Dedede. I need a monster to claw that there Kirby. If only I could do actual voice acting, then I'd actually not be incredibly embarrassed right now. Only this next one, Miss Maiko. And hello to what are you, the ultimate skateboarder? I mean, you've got the backwards hat, so first guess. And second of all, orange hair. I I don't know why, but it makes me not want to trust you. And she is an interesting one. Oh, the ultimate dancer. I mean, we already have a traditional dancer, so whatever. Let's go with this. Let us go with this. You know what? And I'm assuming this is going to break away from some series trends. So, the ultimate kind of dancer. You know what? I wonder if she'll get along with little DJ guy. You know what? Since I've already forgot his name, he too shall inherit the title of Steven. And yeah. Oh, so you also have a rather strange strand of hair. But can you do capoeira? Wait, hold on. Was one of them out of place? Let's see. Break dancing, ballroom dancing, tap dancing, lap dancing, pole dancing, ballet dancing, belly dancing, swing, flamenco. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's swing that's out of place. Either that or you're an incredible slut. So, yeah. And, yep, more important matters to take care of. Indeed. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, I mean, how would that, how would showing your talent, oh, you meant show me your moves. I mean, speaking of which, I can dance pretty good, but yeah, um, at least you're a cheerful bunch. Well, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? So, yeah. Maiko Kagura sounds suspiciously similar to the light Maki Kagura. Speaking of which, that's the second time I've made a reference to something SNK related in this video. I pretty much haven't uploaded anything since that playthrough of Metal Slug that I did with that other fella. That I forget his name. I think maybe I'm starting to become an SNKophile, but oh, but you look like you could be the nervous type who, yeah, you look like a pretty nervous one there, Miss Maiko. Yep, but you know, okay, who's next? It's the Marin, which makes me think of marinade, you know, and aren't you just an adorable little cinnamon bun? I mean, said cinnamon bun should live pretty far, I hope. I definitely hope. But then again, using hope as both a verb and a noun, and yeah, I mean, I was going to say she reminds me kind of Chiaki. I mean, in the drowsiness, the hoodie, the no, that's a different color of hair. And do you speak in emojis, by the way? Oh, speaking of, you do. You are the. What are you? It, the ultimate box office bust creator, or because I can never see a. Um, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of confused on what this being in front of me is. She's a cute little Cinnabon, that's for sure. And yes, I call. Oh, so you're like the ultimate radio personality or something. Um, yeah, final guess. Oh, the ultimate weather forecaster, so. You know what? What does Kirby Dance sound like? Also, second time I reference Kirby in this video, and yeah, that on closer inspection kind of looks like a raincoat. So weather forecaster would make sense by some jump of logic. But yeah, were you the one that mistakenly referred to a meteorologist as a urologist? Also, that's quite improbable. But hey, most ultimate talents are somewhat improbable, but yeah, the equivalent of a cup of coffee must be more narcoleptic than even I am. But yeah, she is a cute little Cinnabon who speaks in emoticons. And remember when people actually used emoticons as a word? Now it's just emojis everywhere. And you know what? That kind of reminds me of back when I was making that video of the first time I ever played a Neptunia game. Because there's a character in that series who always follows their sentences with, or most of the time follows their sentences with emoticons. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Um, no, I'm not doing anything dirty with my hand over here. Sorry about that. But you know, for calling yourself Big Sis, you certainly seem to be smaller than everyone else. Yeah, that's the most likely possibility. I mean, a closed circle, never heard of that one before. I mean, like, 4 times? Oh, wait, no, I forgot about the other 49 times that this was a thing that happened. And in one of those times, the Chapter 3 murderer wasn't an unsympathetic jerk. And in that one time, um, there was that one time in which the Chapter 3 murderer was both the tallest one of the group and thus not involved in Chapter 4 in any way, and was also a rather interesting case. You know, I'm imagining here's a pretty cool idea for a Chapter 3 in a game where, a Danganronpa game where, you see, my idea for one is that, you know, there's always a sympathetic, I mean, an unsympathetic murderer in Chapter 3 who often is behind two of the game's murders. Although in although in Celeste's case, she just masterminded one of them and killed them that murderer. So, oh yeah. So what if? Now I just need to take a break here. What if say, there's an unsympathetic murder in Chapter 3, and then said unsympathetic murderer goes for a second person to kill. Oh, and then that second person happens to kill the unsympathetic murderer in self defense. I mean, that would be quite the meta twist if it if and it would probably make for a pretty enjoyable trial, I'd think. Speaking of which, who we got now? Hello to excuse me, but you look very familiar. Um I'm sorry, but are you Kaede's twin sister? Or who I've heard rumors about? Um or is this another ultimate imposter? I mean, in the original ultimate imposter was John Travolta, so the second ultimate imposter would be Kaede's twin sister, naturally. Speaking of which, you seem to know something. And what is your ultimate? Ah, the mystery. Then that would mean that it's probably important. And you know what? I imagine this is actually some sort of alternate universe Kaede, or that this is Kaede's twin sister. And yep, and maybe her future self is the mastermind, and she sent her past self to participate in the game, and asking if you have any siblings. Huh. So, yeah, asking about that. So, so maybe this is Kaede's twin sister, actually. Either that or the thing about Kaede having a twin sister was all a lie. And, you know, pretty interesting how you share the same hairstyle, hair color, and different eye color, though. So, and you asked if one of, and you asked if Ayumu had a sister, so, um, maybe you're actually the ultimate ghost, and you're actually Kaede's ghost. And and she somehow got amnesia after she died and came back as a ghost, and then started taking that name. But that wouldn't make sense at all. You know what? I might as well theorize everything. Yeah, I mean, and yep, since yep, so or maybe she's actually a reserve course student or the mastermind. Or you know what? This is I'm sorry, but I'm very suspicious of this character, unknown ultimate talent, and it greatly resembles Kaede. You know what? What if. Alright, this is a crazy thought. What if Kaede participated in a killing game before or V3 and completely he forgot about it. And that is incredibly stupid, but hey, might as well theorize everything. That is the way of a Danganronpa fan. And speaking of which, Ultimate Shrine Maiden, I'm guessing. I mean, those clothes are pretty Shrine Maiden-y. So, yeah. Are you communicating with... Oh, wait, I forgot. I forgot. I'm sorry, but anyway. Yep. So, what qualifications would you need to be the ultimate Shrine Maiden? I'm curious of that because those are incredibly. Yeah, guessed it. By the clothes alone. You know? Because, I'm reminded of another person with a similar name, and it's killing me because I don't know who. Might have been that one railgun. But anyway, another reference to something or other. So, yeah. You and now that you mention it, I think you're the mastermind as well. You know what? One of the big twists is that everyone is the mastermind. And you know what? I have a feeling that there's going to be. I'm going to guess the amount of survivors here. So, you seem pretty calm and insightful as well. I like you. And although, yep, this is seriously, um, you know, as soon as I say that, there are a few things that make me like you a bit less, but still, I like you. So, at hand, we have, yeah, so on the scale of idealism and cynicism, we have Little Miss Cynic, and I don't have a problem with that because she's actually pretty dang insightful. So, yeah. You know what? What if we are the mastermind and we as a narrator are lying? Or wait, no, not we, Ayumu. Sorry, I'm used to actually playing games and not just watching. And yeah, she seems nice enough too. I mean, I like those insightful types. Yep. But hey, so yeah, there's also. I was going to say she reminds me of the red and white Shrine Maiden, but all Shrine Maidens wear red and white, don't they? You know what? And now I'm off on a tangent of types where I just get these mental tangents where they keep proceeding into incredibly trollish thoughts. And right now I'm thinking of girls with black sclera, like Dr. Robotnik. Hooray! Yay! Hooray for me! Ultimate puppeteer, Mister. Um, you know what? What if he's actually? Oh, his name is, and seems really lost in the act of puppeteering. You know what? The ultimate ventriloquist, then. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty special. I mean, I wish I could do that. That is my greatest attempt at ventriloquism. Sorry about that. Yep. So I'm pretty sure Shika is literally Japanese for deer, so yeah. Also, you aren't showing your eyes, which is making me suspicious of you as well. You know what? Mitsunari, that sounds like a pretty common name, but probably not. Or you know what? What if his ventriloquism actually isn't ventriloquism, but actually his split personalities? What a twist of the century that would be. I mean, in previous games, we've had people with split personalities, so I wouldn't be surprised. But, well, hey, th- I think he just thinks life is a performance, and this is just another stage. And then, when he actually slips into his regular voice, he suddenly gets. I thought he would get incredibly. Like, I have a feeling his eyes are going to lead to some sort of plot point where he doesn't show his eyes because his eyes would reveal his eye color. Yup, and or maybe he just has some form of schizophrenia. Reminds me of this kid that's on the same track team as I am, who has something very similar. You know, I was going to say that. I. This is why I limit most of my swears to minor swears and German swears. And, well, if you're having children at 7 or 8 years old, then that's, well, never bad to start too early, I suppose. But maybe you should have held it off until. Maybe you should have held it off for another decade or two. Maybe a decade and a half. Yeah, so. You know what? I think this is just his way to try to present himself and act normal. Well, his ventriloquism is his escape to try and act like a normal person, and yeah, that question mark, though, makes me suspicious. You know, no, I'm going to look through this video again afterwards. Then I'm going to count every time I say the word suspicious, or mastermind, or every time I mispronounce something. What are you? I'm confused. I'm and sorry, I'm a bit confused at what your design is. I have a feeling I've seen it before, somewhere around the internet. But, um, what are you, the ultimate bipolar? Because that's what you appear to be right now. And yeah, what are we waiting for? The. Mm, shouldn't they know that already? What is she like? Supposed to be some sort of smart person or something? Or oh my goodness, you really are the ultimate bipolar. Um, also sorry about my foot uh, jumping into the spot sometimes. I mean, I don't have a proper chair. The table is well, in this relationship is kind of smaller than in the lounge I sort of sit on. So thus I sort of have to lie down a bit. Ultimate gourmet. Well then, how much do you how much do you eat to be called the ultimate gourmet? Because also, I forgot to point this out, but now it makes more sense as to why the meat on the bone is in the background. Nice callback there. I so yeah, I'm assuming that it all the calories just go to your brain, and that's why you managed to say is so small. I mean, if you really are the ultimate gourmet, you better not be lying about your talent. Yowie bait! Good for you! I just. I almost just swallowed a string. Um. I. 7 out of 10. Yeah, or maybe you're just into reviewing. Is it. Um. Oh, yeah, that curled over eye does kind of make you yowie bait. Sorry, Seishi, but you kind of look like yaoi bait now that I think about it. Now, anyway. So, yeah. So, yeah, I have. It takes me a while to get names down right. So, speaking of which, this next one is named Nico, and this is the only one I actually know about. The one I knew about in advance. So, yes, I I hope this one survives. And then Danganrebirth team just kills her off immediately to make me immediately after hearing that they just decide that she's going to be one of the chapter 3 victims because I heard they're up to chapter 2 with this, but yeah, definitely has a way with words, as expected of a poet, I presume. And yeah, you know what? I was thinking of her name in my head and I almost got it right. My other guesses were referring to two other Nikos. And there's also the third Nico. And maybe the fourth, but that one's a spoiler. The only hint I can give you is Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q. I, now that I was thinking of the letter Q, I was reminded of that friggin' glitch in Earthbound where or, or you can try to access the debug mode from that circus tent corner. And I'm getting a bit off topic here, but sometimes it just bombards the text box with a load of lowercase q's. You know, and how about Ayumu's dad is the mastermind? So, you know what? It's not what is what do you just not like the limelight? So, yeah, so, yep. How were you recognized for your talent, by the way? Did you get some sort of fame from being a poet and now you just don't enjoy a and what do you not enjoy the limelight, or are you okay with that, or I don't know. I don't know what to think of 14,900 14,794.837. What, have you just not finished yeah, you know what, saplings waiting to sprout into great oaks. Though knowing the fate of Nico Himuro, they're probably too far from your grasp, like flower petals on the wind. Speaking of which, I like doing that narrator voice. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family. Um, no, it's okay. You don't need to deprecate yourself that much. Um, it's perfectly fine. But um, oh dear, you too have a scary side. But for some reason, I want you to live. I want you to live. And a gold coin hidden in a bed of cauliflower. Okay, these metaphors are getting more ridiculous by the second. Actually, that was a simile. Um, yeah. Pessimistic but hardy. Yep. Maybe has some self deprecation issues, but still. Okay, this next one is. Is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. So I've seen a glimpse of his character design now. And he looks. You know what? From his distance, he kind of looks similar to Munakata from the anime. But. Yeah, he seems a lot nicer despite having a similar bowl cut. And I don't know, I think I have a thing for bowl cuts. Um Ultimate businessman type thing, I don't know. What's that attire? Ultimate scientist? You know what? That's my final guess. Ultimate scientist, which would be pretty neat. Ultimate Undertaker. I'm sorry. What exactly does the Ultimate Undertaker entail? Does it mean you just wrestle people and then you send their souls to hell? I don't know. So, yeah. First question: what is an Undertaker when it comes to talents? So, yeah. Yep. So, I'm sorry, but an Undertaker, don't they deal with? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with. Oh, so you just deal with the last rites. I'm sorry, I've never heard of the job Undertaker. I've just heard of the wrestler. So yeah, you're kind of like that funeral guy. Never really knew what to call them. So yeah. You know what? After this, I'm going to for my predictions, I'm going to I wonder if she'd get I mean, I wonder if this guy would get along well with the uh, almost called her Hex Maniac, the spirit medium. Yep, so yeah, he seems like a decent guy. Some Yeah, we have no real need for any last rites. So, yeah. And, yeah, this must be quite the dire situation. Yup. This guy seems like a pretty decent guy, but to be frank, he's kind of boring. But hey, that's probably. It's a good thing that free time events are a thing, and thus I might be able to see this character in any other light, but you know what? I'm just not a very big fan of everyman type characters. And this guy is shaping up to be one. So, yeah, uh, I'm gonna compile a list of this, and you know, it kind of scares me, kind of reminds me of myself. So, that's all the characters here. So, um, now, someone requested I react to Shamil Prasad, and what is that? He appears to be Shamil Prasad appears to be from what I can understand appears to have started making videos recently, records using his phone, and has 27 subscribers. So, yeah, now for the speculation. So, got it. Guessing. yeah, let's make a list. So I'll mark with L for characters I think will live, and wait, no, not, and yep, I'll just mark them with where I think they'll, where I, L is for live, K is for killed, M is for murderer. So yeah, that Seishi fella, I think he's going to die pretty quickly. And yeah, Scarf Dude. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, so yeah, just my overall predictions. Yeah, so also I'm listing there as being two victims of the third chapter because there are always two victims of the third chapter. So yeah, let's see. So you know what? I'll swap a few things around here. Okay, so yeah, I'm hoping that the survivors will be, or I'm thinking that the survivors will be Ayumu, Saiji, Marin, and Nico. Nico just because I like her and hope she survives. And Marin because I know that the mystery talent characters don't have plot armor anymore, but still, I've just gotta hope, you know? And overall, I believe that's it. I'm running out of time here. I promised I'd be done with my video before 10. So, see you guys next time. Take care.